Hi, it's Rabbi David Kaplan from Congregation Ohev Tzedek in Wilkes-Barre with my pre-Shabbat message for Parshas Naso for my community and beyond. I want to share with you Torah thoughts on our Parsha Naso. Naso is the lengthiest of the individual Torah portions in the Torah, 176 verses, 176 psukim. And it didn't have to be so verbose. For 80 or so verses recount the 12 identical gifts given by the princes of the tribes of Israel to inaugurate the Mishkan, God's home in this world that we call in English the tabernacle. The gifts were identical, so it was totally unnecessary to recount each and every prince's gift. It could just have said, these are the names of the princes, these are the gifts, weiter, let's go on and have Kiddush. But no, we have to go back and detail each and every day what the tribal prince brought, even though they were identical. We need to understand this. And in order to do so, we need to go way, way back to Genesis, to Bereshis, and the story of Jacob and Joseph being reunited in Egypt. The brothers come to take Jacob and the rest of the family back to live in Goshen in the land of Egypt, where ultimately Joseph and Jacob will meet again for the first time in over 20 years. But before Jacob comes back, he is disbelieving of the news that Joseph could really be alive. Vayar et ha'agalot. It says in the Torah, it was only when Jacob took note of the wagons, utechi ruach Yaakov, that Jacob's spirit, his life force, came back to him. He had been like a walking dead man for the last 22 years in the absence of Joseph. But the appearance of the wagons brought him back. We need to understand this. The wagons that we are referring to in our Parsha this week, the wagons that brought the 12 tribal princes gifts, those wagons were a direct allusion to what Jacob saw. Jacob didn't see the wagons there that Joseph had sent. He saw a future. He saw a future where the tribal princes could get together and work in concert and not try one to outperform the other. And additionally, they wagon pooled 12 gifts, and they used only 6 agalot, 6 wagons, to show absolute achdut, real unity of purpose. And it was this unity, this achdus, that Jacob was sensitive to that had healed his spirit. Because clearly the family was shattered. The betrayal by the brothers towards Joseph had shattered Jacob and the family. And the unity for that moment and beyond would only be possible if the brothers got over it and worked together without all the competitive, petty jealousies that are inherent in the human mind and the soul. And so when Jacob sees the wagons, it's an allusion to our Parsha this week. And he saw that, oh my gosh, my sons and their progeny one day will work together to inaugurate God's home. They'll share the wagons, the wagon pool, and each of them will bring the identical gifts so as one not to outperform the other. This was what Jacob took in. The idea that the Jewish people, Shevat Achim Gam Yachad, the tribes could live together in unity. My friends, this unity is what we desperately need in our world today. Every life that has been lost is valuable, is incalculable. The horror that was Minneapolis, Minnesota, the death of Mr. Floyd was horrific. Any sensitive human being would cry and was emotional just watching this nightmare. And then the subsequent lives of all the people, all the violence perpetrated to honor this man has shattered our country, but we are the United States of America. We need to emulate the family of Jacob, of Yaakov. They also did some horrific things with Joseph and shattered and broke up the unity of the family, but they were able to pull it back together. And it was this single purpose that united his family, Jacob's family, and we need to find in the reserves of the American people the United States. We need to get back, value each and every life. We all matter. Value should be ascribed to every American individual, regardless color, ethnicity, religion. We all matter. And with this message from our Parsha, message of true unity, of the tribal princes putting aside their petty jealousies with one purpose, may we regain that vision that was the United States of America in the past and will be gloriously so for our future. Shabbat Shalom U'Mevarach. May Hashem bless us, our wonderful United States of America, and all of our people who live here, that they should have the ability to overcome the differences that keep us apart and to reclaim the unity of vision and purpose. Shabbat Shalom.